Customer platform, it's time to start the day. Discover all the value you already own. Don't let solutions slip away. Wake up, customer platform. The tools are at your hand. No need to sleep on capabilities that can help your business stand. The answer's right before your eyes. You just need to realize. Wake up, customer platform, and watch your business rise. Wake up, wake up. The platform's waiting for you. Wake up, wake up. See what your system can do.
Good morning, HubSpot Nation. It is time to wake up, customer platform, with your unofficial HubSpot Updates morning show where we help you discover the platform value you already own. I'm Chris Carolyn, joined by my co-hosts Casey Hawkins and George B. Thomas. We are here every weekday morning to make sure you're not sleeping on HubSpot's true capabilities. If you're joining live, drop a hello in the comments and let us know what you're building in HubSpot today. Happy Tuesday, June 17th, 2025. How we doing?
Good. You're building orders today already at 8:30 a.m.
I was had a nice unboxing with Daryl from the UK.
Oh,
Order-wise, OW Sync connector, bringing all of the ERP data that we needed over into HubSpot. It was a beautiful thing. How we doing, George?
I'm doing good. I'm trying to unpack all of those words that just came out of your mouth. But no, it's a good Tuesday. The wife and daughters are back from traveling all last week, so it feels like we're getting back to normal. So I'm excited for today.
So, George, in your house, like the girls do their thing,
Yeah.
and that's how my family is too, I think.
Yeah, they just do their thing. I'm like, go do your thing. And then I do my thing. Everybody does the thing. So
I'm one of four, so I feel like my
yeah,
sister, my mom, and I we do it.
yeah, we've got 6 total. I got 4 kids, my wife and I. One of my sons lives in Oregon, so there's like 5 of us basically. But we all do our things. Speaking of doing things, Chris, what's
Sorry.
HubSpot doing?
Before we jump in, I want to say, like, well, while I say we're here every weekday morning, we're definitely here in spirit. But tomorrow, I'm like the only person that doesn't really take time off. So
Which
I
A
might
fact.
I
A
might be
fact.
here.
bad thing. That might be a bad
I
thing.
know, it's not great. But I'll be here. George and Casey will not be. So if you're out there watching the show and you'd like to join me to run through some updates, let me know and we can have you on. Copy, call, transcript to clipboard.
Huh.
What is it? Click one button to copy the entire call transcript to a clipboard.
This matters because we understand the importance of in-depth analysis of transcription data and are committed to providing you with the most effective tools for leveraging your conversation data. Now, with a single click, you can copy the entire formatted transcript directly in HubSpot. This eliminates the need for tedious piecemeal copying of dealing with unformatted data, allowing you to seamlessly export your call transcript data for detailed analysis in the tools you already use. I personally, as I use Fathom. If you've ever been on a call with me, you know I use Fathom. And I commonly click their copy transcript button, paste it into ChatGPT, and say, write a follow-up email from Casey based on this call transcript. So I would like this feature a lot, personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Historically, I have stayed away from HubSpot transcripts because they're so broken up and hard to like
Mhm.
use. So the fact that they've made this easier to use again, another chink in the armor of why in the future you may not need a Fathom, you may not need an Avoma, you may
Mhm.
is like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do love them like knowing like as we were starting, I was like, what's the number one reason somebody wants this button? So
Mhm.
they can take it into the LLM of choice
Mhm.
to go do stuff with it. And I love it when they state that uh, ahead of us.
Well,
Um,
here's something interesting too. LLM of choice. When does that become HubSpot? When do you hit this little button and you run over to the record and you add it as just a note to that record? So therefore, when you summarize that record or have a conversation with Copilot about
Mhm.
that record, that all of the context, not just your Avoma, here's the 5 steps, 7 things, 64 whatevers, but
Mhm.
the entire conversation is in a note and then usable by HubSpot, the CRM LLM. Mm.
I believe around the time of inbound, it will be very hard to resist that pull. And again, it'll come down to change management in most organizations. How do we start taking calls in HubSpot? Right? It's
Mhm.
not that HubSpot can't do it. It's how do we get rid of the other tools? How do we transition?
Mhm.
Right? Uh, yeah, very powerful. Breeze social media agent still in private beta somehow. Uh, what is it? Introducing the social media agent again, which uses AI to maximize content creation. Marketers can now expedite their content process with the social media agent. The social media agent automatically producing effective social posts tailored to your business, audience, brand voice, and social media accounts. Uh, what's new? AI caption optimizers. Creating a post across many networks can be very time consuming. The caption optimizer gives you inflow AI powered recommendations to improve your copy and make it network specific in just one click. Also, new recommended times to post. We use your previous engagement data to
Oh,
suggest
thank
top
you, jeez.
times to publish so you can get the most of your reach. Hover over to see why this time was recommended for you. In case you missed it, with the new Create with AI button, you can now add custom direction to guide your AI post. Think tone, context, campaign goals. Include URLs and docs so the social agent pulls from your content. Upload images or video to craft complete, ready to publish posts faster than ever. Tired of generic post suggestions? 100% valid. This new feature gives you a smarter, more customized way to create posts with AI tailored to your voice, brand, and message. If you've filled out all those details in HubSpot, whether you're promoting a product, repurposing a blog post, or teasing an event, this is your new shortcut to create content within seconds. And we are done with the landing page inside of the product updates card.
This matters because content creation is a crucial part of a social marketer's daily tasks. However, teams often face challenges in generating ideas and crafting fresh, engaging content that resonates with the target audience, aligns with brand message, and ultimately drives results. The social media agent works for marketers by consistently generating effective social media posts. The social media agent will consider your social media accounts, past performance data, business details, brand voice, industry, audience, value proposition, and other marketing assets, your marketing and industry best practices, and new input URLs, docs, and media.
This makes me so happy for so many different reasons. Although at the beginning when Chris kept reading and reading and reading, I was like, "Man, are we trying to get adoption to this thing? Like, just hang
We
on."
might be. We
Yeah,
might be, George.
it might be. But here's the thing: this recommended times to post. I can't tell you how many times I've gone into a portal and gone into somebody's social tool that I can obviously see that they're using, and it is still the same dumb times that HubSpot has set by default. And one of the things, whenever we're onboarding or training people, and we happen to be talking about the social tool, one of the things that I've had to historically tell them to do is go and actually research when your audience is freaking engaged and change that calendar of times in settings to the real times that you might want people, yourself included, to be posting. And so the fact that it's actually now looking at data and recommending times, HubSpot, what I'd love to see is an update where it just goes and changes the settings to the highest recommended times. And now we don't have a dumb default. We attach our social media channels, boop, beep, bop, boop. And all of a sudden in the settings area, we've got like the times that we should. And like, but this is awesome.
I mean, even the screenshot though shows a different world where
Yeah.
the recommended times is the focus, and then you've got your saved times down here
Yeah.
with an edit.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah.
Because most people aren't going to do that work to go research,
Ah,
and
it's
especially
what is
like,
easy in
especially to
life.
take,
Ugh.
especially when you like take omni-channel seriously, right? And you have different behavior on different channels, and you know different parts of your audience are there. It is a lot of work. This is the part when you do social right. This is why you pay for social media managers specifically and social media specific consulting, right? There is a lot going into it. And when you just kind of spray and pray from a social perspective, like that's why you're not seeing the results, not because your audience isn't on social. Oh, thank you, HubSpot, for making that part easier. Number 3, validate and format phone number workflow action. What is it? You can now clean your phone numbers automatically and in bulk using a dedicated workflow action.
Why does it matter? Clean, accurate phone number data is critical for modern businesses. However, it can be time consuming to clean thousands of phone numbers across records, especially if junk phone number data has already been brought into your CRM and accumulated over time. By setting up a workflow to clean your phone numbers automatically, you can ensure that phone numbers have a valid format, and even set up a default country code that will be appended to phone numbers that are missing it. You can pair this workflow with CRM phone number property validation rules to ensure that phone numbers entered into the system are in a valid format and clean up historical phone number data. We chatted about this one yesterday too,
Yep.
if you missed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So important. We'll highlight it again. This one, super important. The new Breeze Copilot beta is here. It is also live. So not sure if still in beta. What is it? The completely rebuilt Breeze Copilot beta starts now. Built from the ground up with cutting edge AI technology. It delivers smarter conversations, advanced planning capabilities, and deeper insights from your HubSpot data. This update includes powerful new features like ask detailed multi-layered questions, get more accurate, nuanced answers, rely on deeper understanding of your page and portal data, and enjoy faster, more reliable performance and higher quality responses.
This works by you can access the new Copilot beta directly from your main navigation, just like before. You'll know you're using the beta when you see the updated Copilot animation with each response. Can we also touch on the data retention policy update? I know that's something that I've been hearing a lot of questions about.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
You want me to go ahead and read?
Policy, I'll go ahead and
Go ahead, George.
tag
Earn
me
your
in.
paycheck. Earn that paycheck today.
Yeah, earn that $0. Data retention policy update for Breeze Copilot. HubSpot, has updated the data retention policy for Breeze Copilot. So instead of not storing any data, OpenAI will store some data for up to 30 days. This enables more intelligent conversations, better reasoning, and richer context for our customers, aka us, you watching this. However, for HIPAA customers, retaining data temporarily doesn't align with our agreements about how we process PHI through our AI services. To ensure our data is protected as a HIPAA customer, you'll stay on our prior version of Copilot for now. For more information, see our AI Trust FAQ. Interesting. Very interesting.
That is super interesting.
Yeah. Hey,
Man.
Chris, is there any place that you wish Copilot worked in HubSpot that maybe it doesn't work right now?
Where it hasn't worked, mainly just understanding things like orders and services and listings, and even without orders, like closed deals with line items on them. There's a nice product history card that you can see, inside of a CRM record without any setup. It's native, right? And we haven't been able to have that context, like coming from Copilot in a lot of cases. And I want to reiterate something we learned last week that you need to be mindful of. And I won't share, even though these people can go on vacation, I'm not allowed to share when I travel like too many times. But last week, where I was, it was discussed that the original Copilot was built with the mindset of no mistakes ever, right? So that means it was saying, I don't know, and I can't do that. Way more than people liked, right? Because we have LLMs, and even though they hallucinate, they do a lot of great things too. Well, the HubSpot team talked to customers. They said, hey, we're willing to endure some hallucinations sometimes if the majority of the time it's doing great stuff for us, right? And that's one of the biggest changes you'll see. So immediately that helped me understand why it didn't feel like an AI assistant in the way that GPT and Claude and other systems do. But so if you understand that means critical thinking is so important as you use Copilot, right? Understand that, understand the context of the situation you're in and the answer it's giving you, and don't just accept everything it says as gospel, but also don't like over analyze, what's happening. It's really a conversation. And as soon as you can get to that point, you'll get a ton more value out of this.
I'm having an existential crisis right now. I said to my brother-in-law yesterday, I just feel like we need AI. We need to make AI more comfortable with saying, I don't know. But also, I wasn't using Copilot because it wasn't very useful.
Mm.
Yeah. It's completely counter to what SaaS needs,
Ooh.
which is like usage, right? And if I'm a user and I'm using the service, I don't like that answer. Right?
I can't get past something. You said, Chris, that it was built on the I don't know and I can't do that. And I thought to myself, how many humans live life that way?
Yeah.
And like open mindset, growth mindset, like engagement, conversation, like it's a whole new world that we have to break these human barriers that some of us have maybe had, and realize that some soft skills that were optional are no longer optional. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go all deep on the update.
I know. I'm
Oh,
trying
I
to get on
love
the
it.
Friday. I'm trying to get on the Friday show. I'm like,
No, that's
I'm
a
like,
great,
I could go on about this.
the AI show that we do with
Yeah.
Nico?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You might have to dive deep on a weekend show to talk about this kind of stuff. But No, it's a great point, George. And just like it's not hard to think of a human. I mean, this happens with AI all the time, right? And HubSpot all the time. Like, oh, I don't know
Mhm,
how to do that. And then you show them like in 5 minutes. Like, oh, I can do that,
Yep. Yep.
mhm.
right? That's like AI. Well, the Copilot we had, right? That's what it would require to do things you knew it should be able to do. You had to prompt and reprompt and figure things out,
Yep.
right? Now we won't have to do that because it has a growth mindset now, George.
There we go.
How about that?
I love it.
Oh man.
This really put me into a spiral. It's too early for me to be spiraling
It's
like this.
never too
Not
early.
enough
Uh,
coffee, Casey says.
so
Oh
we'll
my
bring it back
gosh.
down to earth and talk about invoicing.
Oh,
Everyone's favorite topic.
Two-way invoice sync for Zero. What is it? You can now sync invoices from HubSpot to Zero and Zero to HubSpot. In addition to syncing invoices, payments applied to invoices will also be synced, whether the payments are created in HubSpot or in Zero. You can control which direction you want to sync invoices and use filters to control which invoices are included in sync. You can find our beta documentation here, which includes detailed information and screenshots.
Why does it matter? Until now, HubSpot Zero integration only supported one-way syncing of invoices from Zero to HubSpot. With this new functionality, you can use Invoice Sync to send invoices both from Zero to HubSpot and HubSpot to Zero. This update makes it easy to reflect invoices and payments in your accounting system. You no longer need to manually export invoices from HubSpot and upload them to Zero. Any invoices that are created in HubSpot can be synced into Zero within minutes and will be updated if the invoice is changed in HubSpot or vice versa.
Hopefully, when we mention these specific app updates, uh, you guys can know that, like, if it can be done with Zero and HubSpot's doing it natively with an app, we can do it with
Mhm,
a lot of invoicing situations.
mhm.
Um, so just know that's why we like to bring these up, right? Like, there are people using HubSpot for invoices, and they're usually enjoying themselves as they do that compared to their life in accounting systems. Um, Average email open rate and click-through rate for lists.
I'm excited.
oh, wrong button. Shoot. Let's go. Sorry, that we are not on Hub Heroes. My apologies.
Already checked out for tomorrow, I think. What is it?
Ooh,
Easily identify top performing and underperforming lists based on key email metrics, open rate, and click-through rate.
This matters because lists help you communicate via email with your most important segments. However, it can be challenging to assess how specific lists have performed and interacted with emails over time. Prior to this release, you had to navigate to reports, build a report that filtered to the lists you care about, and sort by email metrics like open rate and click through rate. Now you can easily view open rate and click rate across all your lists without leaving the context of the list. So you can identify top performing and underperforming lists and take the next best action. I have a lot of questions, but maybe I
so
those aren't for
I
today.
have a statement. Maybe a couple statements. One, the fact that it's like, how can we make lists better for people who are
Mhm,
using them? This is amazing. Um,
mhm,
if you go and edit your columns like it's showing here, by the way, you might be listening to this. If you're watching this, you can edit columns and you can add these in.
mhm,
But immediately it's a little bit like of a roll up, if you will, of like
mhm.
emails that have used this list. And you can quickly find out if this is a list or if it's a good list. Because your is really impacting like your entire communication system. And so you'd probably want to delete your lists. Just saying. You put out whatever
Uh,
words you want in for the that you want, but several fit in there.
okay, my questions seeing this that I don't know the answer to, and I don't expect either of you to know the answer to. Um, Are these percentages like all time? Like
I'm assuming
there
it's a
it
roll up.
doesn't look like there's a date range,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
I'm assuming that this is a roll up of any emails that have been sent out that use that list. That's what
Okay.
I'm
So
assuming.
that's my second question, which is like if I created a list today of my HubSpot admin persona, um, but I never used that specific list, would it show the email performance for those people on that list?
No, I would assume, and this is great questions. I would assume it wouldn't show anything because that list hasn't been used in a marketing email yet. See what I'm saying? Like
Mhm,
I
mhm.
believe
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
is
I'm just
connecting
thinking.
if you've ever used send to this list
Mhm,
and you've done that over 7 emails, then it knows, hey, these 7 emails have used this list or these 3 lists. Now calculate these metrics and put in a column where they can see based on these 7 emails where this list was used, here's the XYZ.
here's where my brain's going, like, I have clients who have, like, a subscriber list or, like, their primary email list. Um, it would be nice if I could be like, "Hey, how are the admins on that list doing?" Even though I'm not using the admin list. I was just wondering if I could use it like that.
So you're saying you'd like to be able to drill it down to the individual human versus the roll up of the list? Is that what you're saying?
No, I just mean, like, if I've been sending emails out to admins, but not on a specific admin list,
Oh. Well,
it would but, there's other ways to do that. I'm just wondering if this would work.
but but did you just lead into something of just because you can see metrics, is your brain going into a different direction of how you would want to segment so you could send to see
Mhm,
the metrics? That's see, like your brain
mhm,
is actually working in a like, oh, well, maybe I need to rethink what I've historically done. Because if I knew if I did it in this way, I would be able to
mhm,
see something I couldn't see before.
mhm, mhm,
Which, by the way, is the magic of using HubSpot.
mhm.
Yes. And quick note from Kyle after yesterday's show,
Yes.
there was enough interest to like clarify some questions. And he said, you only get this metric when an email is sent to the whole list. We're not taking into account contact level open rate and click-through rate across any email in this calculation. Uh, so just something to keep in mind there.
Nice.
Mhm. It's cool. I'm looking forward to testing out how it actually works is really what I'm saying.
Right. Right.
Last for today,
Oh
conditional
my god.
properties on deals, tickets, and custom objects for Android.
It's a very large image. I have to
What is it? Android users will see conditional properties that admins have configured on deals, tickets, and custom objects. Admins want to ensure that the right information is collected when records are created. Some businesses have complex data collection logic. Conditional properties helps simplify record creation for the end user by showing properties only when they're needed. And now that is also enabled on mobile for Android.
This matters because admins can set conditional logic for properties, which are triggered when users set certain values during record creation or when manually updating property values for existing records. These customizations will now be reflected on mobile. We've seen a lot of updates like this. I am always happy and impressed. And also, not a mobile app user, I think about how frustrating that must have been.
Yes, mobile has come a long way for sure. And
Oh,
now that we have the Breeze Copilot update and we can talk to Breeze with clicking the microphone icon, think about that, folks.
mhm,
Um,
mhm.
as we wrap today, I just want to highlight a couple things. Admin hug today. If you've been using the sales workspace and you want to share feedback, that is today's session in a couple hours. Whole set of product managers showing up. And these feedback sessions are so valuable. They give anybody an opportunity to raise their hand and come on camera and speak, to people. This is not just, pre-submitted feedback and
Mhm.
one-way conversation. It's really like a town hall situation where, like, if you got feedback, this is the place to give it. And pro tip, they usually give out some kind of like link to have a call with a PM during these. So if you really want to talk to a PM about Sales Workspace, say show up at the admin's hug today. And then later on, Casey's leading a value first scoring roundtable to start or continue the journey, rather, to help people not get blindsided by the sunset of lead scoring tools at the end of August.
I'm starting to get stressed about the sunset. It was so far away, and now it's like
Now it is a month and a half. No,
Yeah.
two and a half. Yeah, 2.5 months. That will feel like days. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yes.
It will.
So check that out if you want to do lead scoring more effectively in HubSpot with the new tool sets. That's where we'll wrap for today. Remember, folks, you probably already own the solution you're looking for in HubSpot. Sometimes you just need to wake up to it. Join us tomorrow morning live at 7:30 a.m. Central, or catch us anytime on Spotify and Apple Music. Drop your biggest takeaway in the comments and let us know what capabilities you want to wake up to next. Until then, I'm Chris Carolyn.
I'm Casey Hawkins.
And I'm George B. Thomas.
And this has been Wake Up Customer Platform. Now go build something amazing. Have a great day, everybody.
Wake up, customer platform. It's time to start the day. Discover all the value you already own. Don't let solutions slip away. Wake up, customer platform. The tools are at your hand. No need to sleep on capabilities that can help your business stand. The answer's right before your eyes. You just need to realize. Wake up, customer platform, and watch your business rise.